All right, let's see here. I don't know how well this is going to work, but I'm trying to do this from my computer to go live. So do my best to watch and maybe we can get this done. Hello, how are you today? What we're going to be working on is a snowman in the hoop project on my machine. And I've already kind of done a couple test run and then my machine was down because I broke one of the bobbin casing's little twigglies off and had to get some new ones. And so I'm back up and running again. So if you have questions, I'll try and answer them as we go and stuff. So I've already got some things cut up, because my snowman, it's designed by Creative Kiwi that is made for the smaller hoops about like this. And since I have bigger hoops, I wanted to do it all at once. And so I merged the design and put it back together and have put it in. And because I want to give these as Christmas gifts to my coworkers. So, but I've already got a batting cut up. So I need a piece of batting. And then the snowman's body. And then you're going to need a back, as well as on some of the material, the wording, it says let it snow. I'll show you here in a minute. It says let it snow, and the eyes and stuff were showing through the back. So I added a tearaway on the back side when we do that. So, and then we needed a little thing to put down so that they can be hung. Oh, and I need some tape. I know I'm going to need some tape. Hang on just a second. I forgot my tape. And tape, yes. Regular scissors and the curved scissors for cutting out applique. We need those. And then I forgot the little white. Man, I am just forgetting everything. So this is going to be for his scarf in his hat. So you need that. And I also forgot, where is it? Here it is. A little bitty white part for the rim of the hat. These all have heat and bond on them, so that you can iron them down and they'll stick really well. So let's see here if we can kind of get this pointing down, all the lights that are popping off and everything. All right, so here's my snowman. He's so cute. And I messed him up there too. So my design is set up already. And if you can see, I have 4 of them on this, so I can do 4 at once and be more effective. So okay, so we are going to go ahead, move this out a little bit. We're going to start the machine. Let's see, let's hope I can. Yeah. So what it's doing now is it's going to trace me an outline. And then once that outline is done, we will put the batting down. And with this machine, it doesn't have the applique like the other program does. So this is where in here we have to put an offset, because if we don't put an offset in there, it will automatically just keep going and keep going, and it won't stop, so that you can put your stuff down. And then it also will pop out so that it makes it easier to cut. All right. And of course, when you're doing this, I use 2 of the wash away, make it a little bit more stable. All right. So you see how this came out. I have a 1 needle machine over here that I use. And of course, you know, you have to change after every color. And so that's why it stops on that. Now, if you want to do it manually on this, you could do it manually and it would stop, but it's not going to pull out. So the f-stop pulls this frame out so that now I can place this down here. Well, I don't know who's watching, but thanks for watching. All right, so I am going to put this down here. I look for my guidelines to see where it's stitched out. I get my tape. Trying to keep the glare off of some of that camera there. And so I'll just do a little tape here on this side right there. Okay. Okay. Hey there, puppy. Here you, sweetie. All right. Well, give me a shout out where you're from. Love to hear from you. Do you have a machine? Let me know. All right. So, so pulled it out. So nice and easy now to trim. You get your applique scissors. And I always lightly just pull this up a little bit as I'm cutting. Because it just makes it a little bit easier to get closer to where I need it to be. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes trying to remember the sequence that I put this in is challenging. I think I've got one more round I've got to go here. All right. So I'm going to push this again. And I think okay. So I have to reheat this because I didn't get it bonded very well. So I have a little iron right here that I use when that happens. Not all of it. All right, so I am going to go ahead and pull the backing off. Place this again up there. And then I want to do a couple pieces of tapes on the side. And of course, you don't want to iron it down just yet. Okay. Okay, so So I forgot my sequence. So what I need to do is actually go back 2 steps. So this is one thing about live, you get to see all the boo-boos. So we're going to go over here, and I want to go back, I think 2. So we're going to go right there, and it can take me back 1 color or needles, and I actually want to go, that should take me back there and there. That should hopefully get to where, because I forgot to put this down before it ran that last one. Pops out. Let's see. Okay. All right, we got to get past this point. So we got to go 1, 2, up. Okay. All right, there we go. And that actually got him off a little bit. So now, let's see here. So what happened was I actually messed it up, so it's off a little bit. So I've got to try and get some of this ripped out here so that I can readjust where, I don't know what I did. And so, of course, takes a while to do this. But, you know, this is a thing about this, you know, sometimes you forget your sequence, which I have it written down in a book. It's been a couple days since I've been able to embroider. See, this is when you don't go live and you don't get to see the mistakes, because then we edit them out. But if I can get this out quick enough, then I can show you how to realign things to where you need it to be so that it's in the right place. So then once you kind of get it started, if you'll come up underneath and just gently pull up, you can get those picked out a little bit easier than having to pick 1 or 2 stitches out, which is nice. going to take my hoop out here so I can get to it. And that's one thing when you're messing with taking it off and on the hoop, that you got to make sure that every time you take off the hoop that you get it back in the same place, because then you'll get out of whack. Sometimes I've done that before too, where I have just messed it up because it wasn't in all the way. All right. Getting there a little bit. All right, we got to take out that too. So close. Okay. So we have a little bit up here to get out to. So bear with me. All right. Okay. A little bit more here. Got to get this out. And then we'll get it back in, and I'll get to show you how to fix your placement. Oh, come on. So, trying to get this started again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, if you're willing to fix things, it's possible when you make mistakes. Don't just give up on the first opportunity that you like make a mistake like this, because you can fix things. Just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of patience. Come on, get up there. There we go, almost. All right. I wish I could get a closer up of this. So now we are going to put this back on. Making sure it's in place. But now we want to fix this because we are off a little bit. So this is kind of where my needle is at. So I am going to want to go over here to this particular stitch. And if you can see, let me show you. There's an add and a plus that pops up. And so I want to do a negative because I want to go back just a little bit to get to a little bit, see where I'm at in my thing. But I'm going to have this needle, I'm going to be pulling it down, and then I hit this. So it goes down a little bit. And I'm going to go back up a couple stitches. Okay, so I know here it's off about 1/4 of an inch. So then I'm going to move my thing here and look to see if I'm lined up again with what I was doing. Then I'm going to hit my add stitches, which looks pretty good there. We're going to go negative, come around this way. Okay. Check the sides, I think just a little bit here. And you always kind of want to look like where your needle is in the center, down through that little foot, presser foot, to kind of get to see how close you are. So let's go back a little bit more. Okay, so now, gotta go back that way. Now I'm off this way, so I've got to get it to go that way. All right, so let's go backwards a little bit more. We'll see where we're at. Looks good there. Ooh, big jump there. Okay. So now I'm going to do one more check. Kind of make sure I've got it where I want. I think. To the side. Yep, okay. So now I'm going to go back. A little bit. Okay, put this back on. Pull out my stitches here. All right. So pull out my threads. Pull this down. Get that lined up to where I want it to be. And I stop and look, and that looks pretty good. Flatten that out again. Always be careful when you're messing close to the needle. Yay! So it's not, you can fix mistakes. Just don't give up and just take your time and think about it. But you can reline things up. It just takes time, and you got to figure out if you need to go back a whole thread or just a few stitches. All right. Watch that a little bit. I mean, even when I was working in the factory, like you get the names or whatever, and you put a wrong name in there. We had a little razor thing. I've seen them, and we would take and cut them out and pick them out, and we could save items. Now, not everything could be saved, but we did our best, and we learned. Sometimes we got a hole in it, sometimes we didn't. So, all right, it should pop out here. Yes, okay. So, now it's ready to cut out again. Now that I got it right. Okay. And you always pull as you go. And a reason why I like to put the heat and bond on the back is because cotton fabrics with appliques do like to fray, and it just makes a cleaner cut to get underneath when you're getting ready to do your satin stitch. All right, yeah. And sometimes you gotta be ambidextrous. All right. So then this is where I'm going to take my little iron, just iron this down a little bit. All right. Second. All right. Now I got my book. So what I do is I write it out. One is outline. So then you put this down. Then it does the outline for the batting. And then it does the outline for the snowman. It does the outline for the little ball and the brim and the rim and all of that. So now we got him cut out. I need to get my blue fabric. Move this. Okay. Take this, get this ready so that when it gets there, it's ready. Hello. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps others. I really do. Sometimes we think we get intimidated, and you shouldn't get intimidated. Just take a big deep breath, a little bit at a time. All right, so I'm going to have to put this one here. And then this one, it will go up here. And I don't know why that did not come out. Okay. So let's start. All right. Forgot doing another outline here, so. And that was one thing challenging about this. When I merged it together, I had to get the sequence in the right order so that I can do it all in one setting. As with the design, you do one snowball, then you do the next snowball, and so on, and then you merge them together. And I thought, well, I have this machine, and I have the capability to do this, so I'm still learning my setting. You guys have an embroidery machine? If not, I really like this 15 needle machine. I am uh, a representative for this area. All right, so okay, so and then we are going to do the scarf tack down here. It looks like. So I want to make sure I get that where I want it. Sometimes with this, you can put this wherever you like the design to go, or however you might see fit to get it to have maybe a snowflake in a certain area, bigger area. So I want a little bit of snowflake right here. Got a little string stuck up in there, sorry. Did that go up there? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off here. Well, I hope everybody is looking forward to Thanksgiving. I know this COVID thing has been a little bit of a nightmare. My daughter was sick over the weekend. All right, and then that's going to do the hats and the little ball thing. So I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so popped out. We can pull this one off here. This is the first time I've used this table, so I definitely like having this too as well. I got to work on some hats too. Think up, baby. And that's another thing too. The sky is the limit. You think about all the things that you can make. I haven't made any hats yet, but that's on the agenda. All right, got that trimmed down in that. So I'm just going to go ahead. There's a little bit of spot right here I don't like. Make sure that's trimmed up nicely. Straggler here. Okay. So, and it should do the hat next. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of place this on here. That, oh, yeah. Well, and that's another thing. So what I'm going to do is I forgot about the little cord that has to go up here. So here's another thing. So what I'll do, I'll let it go. And so it has stopped. And I want to get this and this trimmed off. But yeah, my daughter was sick, and so we thought, well, might have COVID. We did get her tested, and she was negative. I was so thankful. Because it was like, it'd just be a bummer not to be able to have Thanksgiving with family. All right. So now, what you want to do is you want to put your thing in a loop. You need your tape. You're going to put this down here in the center. Tape it down. And then we'll put this back on here. And then I'm going to go back because I want it tacked down. So I went to the one thread, so I'm going to go back one thread. Okay, I need to go back one more. There we go. So hopefully let's see if I got this to work. You got to go back two. 1, 2. So let's go start. All right, you can keep going out of error. That's weird. All right, so I may have to line this up again because it somehow changed to where I was when I messed it up. So, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that. All right. So it's not going to where I want it to go. This is learning for me today, guys. 3, 4. All right, so let's do this. Ooh, wait. See? Now, I am way off over here. Whew. So, we gotta move this over this way. Hey. See, that's actually it's not the stitch that I need. So I'm backing this up. Trying to figure out what happened. Okay, so see, that's showing me way up here now. Okay. Ooh, switching colors on me. And that's not what I need it to do. So 15 is red. So actually I need to still go back. More colors here. Okay. I got it way back over to this snowman. So, well, I'm gonna work with that, and that's hilarious. So we are on 15, so that is the color. And go here. 13. All right. So now we need to go forward and backwards. You are on white, but you're not on white. Okay, let's go manually to 1. Get it to the needle I want. Again, to help me trace where I'm at. Fix it there. And you're going to go there. All right, so Try and find a spot where you can line it up at. Okay, we need to go up. About right there. Let's go here. Okay, so that comes to the end there. So now I'm going to check to make sure I got it at the top where I need it. And it looks like it's a little bit short. Okay, let's try that again. All right, that looks pretty good. So we're going to back up. Put this back on. All right, it stopped, yay. So now I need to cut this out. And actually, it was going to sew red, not blue. So, since I'm not on the right, okay, so I'm going to pop this out because I don't want to mess up this little hanging tag that I stuck under here. So. I wish I could get closer for you guys, but it's a small town. All right, so. Okay. So, all right. So that is on there. We got to put her back in. Make sure she's in there good. Hopefully she'll be in the right place again. Now, oh, I do take that back. I do want to iron that down a little bit. Okay. So now, should okay. Now it's going to stitch snow. So I'm going to do all this, let it snow. I'm going to do the buttons and the eyes. I'll have to change the color on the buttons. So I'm going to watch it and then manually put it on manual and then change it. Let's see if I can get this a little faster. So, how many mistakes already? Too many, but hey, these are so cute. I just love these and I can't wait to give them to my coworkers at work. Yeah, and I know somebody asked the question on one of my videos was why do we have to put the F stops in there on this machine with applique. And because it's automatically, it's just going to keep going and keep going and keep going and won't stop. So that's why I've learned to put those stops in there, because then it also pulls it out and I don't have to watch it all the time. So that is a benefit, as well as making it easier to cut out. So if there's a video that you would like to see done, some kind of project that you would like to learn, let me know, and I will definitely try and figure out how to do it, show it. You got to think outside of the box when you start having mistakes. How can I fix this? Try this, try that. Okay. And when it gets done with the let it snow, I'm going to have to stop it, take it off of auto, put it on manual so that I can get the right color in, since I've got it on the wrong snowman. All right, here we go. And then, like when you're using the wash away, I do put little pins around my hoop. I've seen that trick. Kind of helps from this getting loose as you're working with it. All right, here we go. I'm going to let it switch, and then I'm going to stop it. All right. So over here, you want to go to where it says the automatic cones, A or manual, and I put it on manual. So now I'm going to push here, and I want blue, which is number 4. So I hit number 4. It's going to go there. Escape. And then hit start again. If you leave it on auto, it will actually go back to the red color. So if you've accidentally tied on the wrong color and you don't want to retie on the other color, you can just hit manual and then switch it. And then when this color's done, you switch it back to auto and it'll keep going. Oh. Then this is cotton, so you don't necessarily need like the over solvy that's plastic over the top. Now, if this was a knit or something, yes, you would. Now, if you notice, it stopped. So you got to go over here to your manual and auto button. hit it back onto auto. It should go to the next step, which is going to be his cute little face. His nose. All right. So now it did stop because I want to put the back on. So we got to pull it out. Putting an extra strap in there. Okay, well, this is just what can go wrong will go wrong, right? That's one thing about live. All right, turn those up just a little bit. So now, since I don't want this to show through my fabric for the back, I've put down the tearaway, and you can change out the bobbin thread to match this if you want. I did some without. I don't know if you can see that, but I did with white bobbin thread, and if you want it to be colorful, you can switch it out and wind your red bobbins. And I'm not going to do that with this, but I want to take this, and we are going to tack that down, get my backing. This is when your fingers don't want to work. It is always a challenge for me to get this started. There we go. Make sure I'm down far enough there and there. And I am going to go ahead and put this on. And then this is where I'm going to tape. So let me get my tape. This is just painter's tape. You can get like if you have the tape that they use for, and you want to make sure that you're not getting too close up there, and I'm not. So I've got enough room between my design. And then we're going to tape up the top. Couple spots on the sides. Check and make sure that's not close. All right, so then you got to be careful when you're putting this back in to make sure that that does not get messed up under there and come off So I just slightly put my hand under to get it kind of where I need it to go. Into the frame again. Push that on. Looks like it's in place. Yes, it's still sticking there. Still sticking there. All right. So hopefully this will be ready to do the white. And with this, I am going to watch it a little bit because being out of place a couple of times, I really want to make sure that this satin stitch goes. So I'm going to start it and I'm going to watch. Yeah. All right. So. Okay. So it is off just a little bit. So I've actually got to move this again. So I need to move this in the wrong direction. I'm going to back up. Okay. See where we're at there. Okay. So that looks better. This time I'm going to forward it and check the bottom to see how that is. And that's off just a little bit too. Okay, back up there. Watching it. See, that's off, and then that's off. That's interesting. All right, here, for some reason, this is off as well. So I'm going to fix it. I don't understand. Well, who knows why I did that. I want to go back. All right. So it did stop again. So that I can turn it over and run the back off, cut the back off. So what I do with this is I cut the fabric off first. Always pull a little bit when I'm cutting. This help. Oh. All right. So then with the tearaway, I just take some and I just tear this off unless there's a piece that's not on there very good. All right, a little bit of trim here, right there, right there. Putting all my scraps on the floor. Okay, I'll have to pick that out. All right, so now the bottom's on. I will get my iron here. Just gently iron and tack it down. Don't put a lot of pressure. You just want to get it lightly there. My scissors were under the hoop earlier. That's why it got messed up again. So you got to be careful with having stuff on your table. So learn from my mistakes. Okay. So now it's ready for the next stitch. Make sure it's in. And I'm going to do this slowly. Make sure we're lined up all right. Okay. Okay. Just one or two here. All right. Yeah, that's off too. All right. Try this again here. Adjusted it again. Fell off a little bit. All right, looks like I got a couple stitches that I'll have to pick out over here that didn't quite get lined up in here. But I think I got it to where hopefully I've got it enough saved to see. Okay, I'm gonna watch this one. See how it does. I think I need to move down. It needs to be moved a little bit. So I'll probably do this with every one of these to adjust it just a little bit. Okay, so you are off a little bit there. So take two. Hello. Trying to do applique on my machine. And of course we have lots of messes up and lining up, but you know, it happens to all of us. Tips and tricks, you know, just take your time. Trying to watch at the same time. But this, they do turn out better than this one. They are really cute, but they work right. We will chalk this up to a learning experience. That's for sure. Now, I think sometimes it's better if we do live because then you can see how I can maybe fix the problem, or you might be able to think about it when you have a problem. Hey, Pup Pup. Want to see what we're doing? Hey, whoa! There's Sandy girl. She says hi, everybody. Not too close. Not too close. All right. Now, when I get ready to do the scarf, I will probably have to put it on manual again and change the color. But it's not set up for the right one. All right. Yeah. Good girl. You guys chat? Yeah. Yay, Team Jesus. Thanks for joining. Been learning and making mistakes live. Oh, all right. Let's see. Oops, now it's red rope. This is where, all right, down in here. Okay. I would also recommend that you keep tweezers around to get into all the little loops and stuff that you need. All right. I have lots of lights because I did not see the little hole. So I always take and trim my edges, ends to go in. So I'm in, then I'll take my tweezers, go in here, pull this out, and then go in through this hole. Yeah. All right. Sandy. All right, there we go. Oop, getting looped on this foot. Got to be careful. Come on. Oh. Yep, somebody's home, aren't they? All right, so that was actually starting to get wrapped around the other foot there. Yeah, baby. Careful. All right, there we go. Put my knot back. What? All right. Stop it and trim your little tail. All right. That's my roommate. We're live. Oh. They're watching me make all kinds of mistakes. I accidentally, well, through all of this, I have 4 snowmans on here, and I was working on this one. Somehow I got it back to this 3rd one here, 4th one. And it's programmed for red. And I want it to sew blue. So instead of buying off and changing that, I do it manually. So I'll stop. I'll show you here in a minute. But it's just a mistake. Sometimes we do that. And so I'll take it off automatic, because automatic is just going to keep going. And if I would change the color and then not take it off automatic, it will automatically go back to that red. So you have to put it on manual, change the color manually, and then start it. Once it stops at the end, then you take it off manual and put it back onto auto, and it'll keep going. So when you make a mistake with a color, you can fix it by just doing that simple step. Does that help? Well, I don't either, but I ended up putting the scissors underneath by accident, which put my hoop out of sync. So, I mean, it's just a bad day. So, now, it did stop. Okay, so now, it's changing to the red. I'm going to stop it. I mean, I have a FAFT as well, embroidery machine, so this is not the only embroidery machine I got. So, but I like the fact that I don't have to change colors every single stop. So now I'm going to take and put, I don't know if you can see this, take it off of, it's this over here. And then there, and I am going to go to 4. So that's why, you know, you got to be careful with these machines. They're a little bit different than a 1 needle machine. Okay, so then I am going to hit start. And then when it's all done with that, it'll stop. And yeah, I've had all kinds of little things pop up. You know, you have those days where nothing works right. Well, this is one of them. Yeah, I love my FAFT. Don't get me wrong, and it does things, but we are limited on size. With this, you have a whole range of sizes that we can do. I mean, the big square frame, if you think about it, you could actually do a tablecloth. A center, put a nice little center in your tablecloth, and then your corners, and you know, as small as the bag I've done. So you have more options for the multi-needle. And if you're in business, that's production time. When you sit in front of your FAFT or you wait for it to stop, you have to change it. That takes time. So with the 15 needles, you know, you got more than, say you got a really popular design that's selling, and it's got 3 colors. You could set that up, leave it set up, and then set up another design and go back as you needed to. So that's really why I went with 15 needles. It gave me that option to do more. So that's why I like this machine. Portable, and it's a lot like some of the other companies out there. And if you get one, I recommend that once you get it set up, that you actually do a tension test. Okay, so it stopped. So my next color is going to be white, because I just did the, oops, got a thread sticking from another one. So now I put it back to A, start it up. It goes to the next color automatically. And it sews there. And I need to watch because I do have a blue up here that's red. Yeah, I've seen a few of the red lines videos too. I watch Tacoma videos to learn from. I mean, any company that puts out videos, you can learn from them. Racoma is where actually I learned to do a few things that I have learned on here. Good. Well, I'll help you whatever I can. I'm open to helping others because that's, you help me by listening, and it enforces what I've learned. And of course, with these machines, there are two different programs. This is the, I think the Wisdom, and it is different than the Daku. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. But the other one has applique in it. This one doesn't. But this one, you can also take a photo, a KJ or JPEG, and put it in there, and it will convert it. And then it'll actually sew it on there. So like if you had a picture of your dog or your cat, and you wanted to border it, take the picture in, it converts it. Now I'm not sure how to set the colors up on that one. I haven't done that yet, but and then you have to kind of adjust it to get it in the frame where you want. But it takes a lot to thread because it's like a nice size picture that you can put in the picture frame of your pet that's been embroidered. But it's kind of like your computer or your printers where you have 4 colors. So it'll give you 4 options. So I don't know if you have to use those yellow and to get that effect, but I haven't learned that yet. So I'm still learning. Butterfly guy. I'll have to look them up. See, I forgot to stop. It started red. So let's cut it off. Trying to read the chat and talk doesn't work too well. Okay. So let's go to manual, and I'm going to go change to 4. Change the needle. All right. For time's sake, I'm just going to leave that there. So exit out of that, and then we're going to back up some stitches. So we go here, and we're going to go back, 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 back until you get to a point where, there you go. You can start over. sounds a lot like I have Noah Pro. I'm using that. I did get the digitizing program they sell. I haven't learned it yet. I have a lot of time working 4 days a week as a dental hygienist, and so this is my day off on Fridays, which I try to do stuff like this. And then I also have a long arm quilting machine, which I just finished a quilt for a customer. So I have lots going on. Not enough time. My retirement plan to get better and hopefully start selling some of my items. All right, so it stopped. So I have to go put this back onto auto. So then it'll just finish off the rest of the design. We are almost done. Yeah, I would too. I'd stick with your software because you know what you're doing. Trying to learn a new software is a little bit challenging. That did intimidate me because I looked at it, I'm like, what is all of this and that? And so when I get some time, maybe over Thanksgiving, I get a couple extra days off, I'll sit down and work on it. So is anybody else selling items like on Etsy or have a website of their own? I have a few things listed on Etsy, but then that takes time to get them posted as well. I'll have to look into that. Okay. All right. So, Sandy. All right. Let me turn this here a little bit. All right. Filming off my computer because my technology is a little bit messed up. But so I have 4 snowmans. This is the one that got messed up, but it really shows very nice quality. And then you just take and then trim this out. And then I hope these videos are helping you guys because I'm enjoying making them, even though I'm making lots of mistakes. Well, Sandy's making sure that everything's all right outside. Got my front door because it's been really nice today here in Texas. All right. Snowman. Now, he got lots of boo-boos. So, but like I said, if you want to change out your color and so that it's the same, you have to have your bobbin underneath the same color. I really like using the magnetic ones, but you have to take out the backlash that's in the bobbin casing. And don't forget to put it back in if you are using a colored, because then you break off the little curlicue on your bobbin case, which is what I did. And so, but really like this is Creations by Kiwi or something like that. Creations, but she's got some really cute designs, so I like her designs. And she's got a Santa. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. And you can do him double-sided as well for in the hoop designs. So, and you could even take and yeah, this is going to be my retirement. Yes, my retirement as well. Good. Um, yeah, well, I'm not sure. I talk a lot about what I do to my patients, but my boss probably wouldn't allow me to pass out business cards. I wish. So, but I'm part of for the quilting, I'm part of a guild. So, I mean, get in a group, find like minds. I do know that there are some groups in our quilt guild that actually have embroidery machines, and they do quilting on their embroidery machines. And I want to do what do they call that? Where it's puffy and I can't think of what it's called, but I'm going to try and do a video on that as well. And so I think that would be because then you could do that on the big square hoop. Because like, what can you all do? And so you just get your quilt blocks and do one quilt block, move it a little bit, do another quilt block. Is that called trapuntal? I think. So thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Creations, creative Kiwi. This design was $1. She has them on sale. $1 is not bad for a design. Now hers are for smaller hoops. I merged these and then I made it do the outline and stuff so that um, I could do it all in one hooping. So I mean, if you are creative, you can do all kinds of things. Thank you, Jesus. um, not local. Um, it's about, well, I guess they have a place down in Canton, Texas that is a massive flea market where you could go and set up. And then there's one in McKinney, which is about an hour away, but nothing here very often. There's some craft shows at the high school, but I used to make doll clothes as well. um, let me show you. So I made American Girl doll clothes and took them to craft shows, but some of the shows don't pan out as well as others and cost $60. So I'm hoping with the embroidery, I can add to that. So you got to be, I think in this market today, that you really need to be versatile. I do want to get into now my phone's going to t-shirts, uh, the TGI printer, TGP, or yeah, I'd like to do that, but we're talking another $20,000 for everything. So I'm looking at that later on, But if you're diversible, you can do more things. Even with that, you could put a design on, iron it on, and then do an outline and embroidery. So you can do two things together with all this stuff that's out there. Oh, well, yeah, I could put stuff on there. I've also found that PayPal has added, which I haven't got anything set up yet, added where you can post an item on social media and it'll go directly to PayPal and then you'll ship it out. So that's another one that I'm working on. It's just trying to get everything put together. Yes, yes, I do want to do that. The heat press and stuff, but heat presses are $500. I saw a one printer that I saw, not the TG. I'm terrible with, I have dyslexia, so I'm terrible with getting things out of my brain sometimes. The subliminal, that's not right. Uh, but there's another printer I saw that was like 1,500, and then the heat press was 500. So if you had all those, I mean, unlimited projects and potential is what's out there. So yeah, and this is just a start, but you know, my long arm quilting machine over there, and they run like 15,000, and I refinanced my house to get that. So a little bit at a time. Yeah, I'll show you if you'd like. I gotta take the computer with me. So let me kind of show you. Let me unplug here. I'll show you that what I have. Okay, so over here, this is trying to get there. This is the Faft embroidery sewing unit that I have. Of course, right over here is the long arm quilting machine. And then, of course, a little bit sentimental about this one. This is just a regular Berdina, and that was my mom's sewing machine. She's passed away. She's been passed away since 2000 from ovarian cancer, and so I inherited all her sewing stuff. And she taught me how to sew when I was a young kid. And then, of course, we had home ec in high school where we had to learn to sew stuff. Trying to get down to here the conversation. So I really appreciate everybody watching and being part of my live video today. So so we need to help each other out. You know, you have questions, you know, I'm going to eventually I have my email down. It's katielynscreations@yahoo.com. Email me there. If you find me on Facebook, you can instant message me. I will help you work through a problem. There's another gentleman that I've helped, tried to help, and we didn't quite get the problem figured out, of course. And then I was talking to another person that was having her machine, it was having like a needle sign up here, and I helped her look behind the machine because sometimes the little things can get stuck and then it keeps it from moving. So I am willing to help you learn. If you need help, please ask, because that's the best way to learn, is to ask questions and help others learn better, because the more I teach you, the more it enforces it in here for me. Oh, I have 4 watchers, so I'm not all by myself. So at least I had somebody here through all of my boo-boos and mistakes, but I really appreciate you guys watching. And I really hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and just have a blessed evening as well. And so I'm going to sign off because I'm getting thirsty. Talking too much. That's me. I talk, 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 talk. So be blessed. And I just pray a blessing over all of you that are watching, because God is good and I am blessed. And so if I'm blessed, I can bless you. And be blessed. And I will make some more videos and try and do lives. It's a little bit hard with my computer because I can't stream on my phone yet. So if you like it, subscribe, share, get us up there to more subscribers, and then hopefully I'll be able to stream it from my phone. I don't know what the limit is on that. So, but if you have something you want to learn and need help, hit me up. I hope you guys have a great evening. Good night. Bye.